Roma recorded their first win of 2026 in midweek. And the giallorossi are now hoping to rediscover the consistency that has thus far deserted them this winter. The giallorossi haven't won back-to-back games in Serie A since November, but tonight they face a side out of form. Sassuolo are winless in 5 matches and are starting to tumble down the table after a terrific start back in the top flight following their promotion. Absentees on both sides this evening, but still plenty of quality. We're just moments away from kickoff at the Olimpico. Roma-Sassuolo on the way. Roma hoping to make progress on a weekend when there are several 6-pointers. We've already seen Como and Bologna drop points. It's into Napoli tomorrow night. No guarantee that Milan necessarily win in Florence. An opportunity then for the giallorossi at home to a Sassuolo side. They're out of form, and immediately Mario Hermoso clashing with Fadera. Dybala for Celik. Dybala pushed away to a dangerous area there. Itses had to keep Ferguson quiet because Muric nearly put it on a plate. It's the first real sight at goal. Gianluca Mancini. Ghilardi's ball forward, thumbs up from Dybala. Muric took a chance there, he had an excellent start to the season, but that wasn't exactly convincing goalkeeping. If you're not going to hold it, you need to push it. Matic spotted the run from Lorienté outside to in. It was difficult. Ghilardi did well there with the diagonale, that diagonal defensive run where you have to cover your man. Mario Hermoso. Goals have been a problem for Roma, but been able to pick up points thanks to clean sheets and narrow victories. So you shouldn't be overly surprised to see this scoreline. It says, playing it through, Kone is 1v1. And here's Lorienté, who puts it wide on the follow-up. 2 big opportunities for the visitors. Svilar made the first save, Lorienté didn't hit the target. And Roma wondering what went wrong defensively there. Kone bending his run, Ghilardi playing him on. Credit to Svilar for making the save and having located the ball and having got it out of his feet. You would have expected Lorienté to hit the target there, instead dragged it way wide. Balukiewicz, Pinamonti calling for it. Instead it's inside for Lorienté. Now Pinamonti on the move. The deflection off Mancini took it away from him as opposed to into his path. But Sassuolo showing they can be deadly in transition. Pisilli. Kone. Now Soule, shooting chance perhaps. Still Matthias Soule! Muric had it covered. Struck very cleanly by the Argentine. It was swerving and dipping. Easily stepped away from Fadera. Just cut across it a little bit too much. That's why it drifted away from goal as opposed to back towards the target. Lorienté's ball in. It's run for Matic. Fadera! Svilar was on his toes. Came quickly through the crowd of players. Sassuolo supporters enjoying their night so far. Soule working the angle and finding Tsimikas. Tsimikas delivers. Dybala always beaten in the air by Muharemovic. Celik now. Pizzilli, Dybala, Pizzilli's cross. Ferguson got there, but couldn't steer it goalwards. Much better from Roma, that's what they need to do. One-touch football to pull Sassuolo out of position. And Ferguson, who's got 2 goals in his last 3 games, nearly made it 3 and 4. Pizzilli injecting some pace, it was a lovely cross. Ferguson got across the front of Idzes and nearly. So El Shaarawy is one of the senior players on the bench, and there aren't too many of those. Looks like Gasperini's going to go to the false 9. Any one of the 3 could play it, El Shaarawy, Dybala or Soule. Well, all the talk has been about Roma perhaps breaking the season loan that they have with Evan Ferguson, sending him back. At the moment, with Dovbyk missing and no real obvious goal scorer. So Ferguson comes off. El Shaarawy is on. Gets worse for Roma. Dovbyk already missing through injury. The likes of Bailey and Baldanzi and Pellegrini all out. Dybala with the corner. It's run here for El Shaarawy. Went for power, and it had no direction. Soule. Celik. His ball in. Tsimikas arriving. Tsimikas. Valukiewicz made the block. El Shaarawy meantime. Mario Hermoso getting involved. El Shaarawy, he was onside. Left by Soule for Dybala. A fit Dybala, a sharp Dybala scores there. He's a shadow of himself at the moment. A very underwhelming first half in the capital. Not too many opportunities. Vilar did make a big save to deny Kone. Muric has had very little to do. Roma have been under par. Sassuolo could yet cause a shock here at the Olimpico. The half-time score reads Roma 0, Sassuolo 0. Sassuolo have a platform to go on and possibly shock Roma here. Giallorossi are currently heading for their first draw of the league season, but still plenty of time for the result to change. Lipani dispossessed by Celik, no changes to either side. We did have a first half substitution. Evan Ferguson coming off with a glute issue. This man on the ball, El Shaarawy, replacing him. Tsimikas gives chase meantime. Dealt with by Idzes. Celik. Dybala. Muharemovic tracking him. Do wonder where the goals are going to come from for Roma, but again, they're pretty rock solid defensively. Soule. Doig was helped out there by Idzes backing him up. So far, Mancini's had the better of that exchange with Pinamonti. Then again, Sassuolo centre-forward hasn't always had the support he needs from the 2 wingers, Fadera here and Loriente on the near side. So a reminder, 1-1 draw between Como and Bologna, 2 each at finish between Udinese and Pisa. It's 0-0 here between Roma and Sassuolo. This on the back of a midweek match day that didn't see a single home win. Dybala now, room in which to manoeuvre. Still there for Dybala and Roma. El Shaarawy and Tsimikas just had to hit the target. It's the biggest opening of the game for Roma by some distance, and the Greek has wasted the opportunity. Dybala causing problems after Soule played him in. Sassuolo didn't deal with the danger. That was Lipani's challenge. Then eventually El Shaarawy's shot was blocked by the goalkeeper, and Tsimikas had to keep it down at the very least, had to hit the target. Dybala with the corner. Good distance on it from Muharemovic. Tsimikas. Itzes up and away. Mario Hermoso. Soule. Itzes off the line. Penalty to Roma. Soule was clattered. And this could be the breakthrough they've been looking for. Muric has been penalised. He was late to the ball. And even though Sassuolo cleared it off the line, clear infringement prior to that. Fabio Grosso disappointed. A lot of Sassuolo's hard work undone here. Clearly, Muric caught Soule. The referee right there to make the decision. The Argentine got there first. The goalkeeper then took him out, despite Itzes gambling and clearing it away. Clearly is a penalty. Soule got back on side from Mario Hermoso's header, and an easy decision for Matteo Marcenaro. Well, after all that, Soule was offside. So it remains goalless, the penalty doesn't stand, and Muric is a lucky boy. So, offside, the yellow card remains because it was reckless from Muric. So he won't cancel out his yellow card, and it's still Roma 0, Sassuolo 0. This is how far offside Soule was. Well, it's very marginal indeed, isn't it? It's his left boot. Celik, Dybala, Pizzilli now. Wesley, running at Walukiewicz. Wesley, El Shaarawy, and again, Pizzilli, Dybala. Still Pizzilli, really good hit. Muric did well. Still there for Wesley and Roma. Straight to Fadera, and Wesley's barged him over. Fadera told to get to his feet. Wesley, Dybala, El Shaarawy now. It's all very congested on the edge of the box. Pizzilli, and again Matic telling Sassuolo to push up, wants them to squeeze on Roma here. Hermoso, El Shaarawy. Celik, Soule, using the run of Celik. Here is Zeki Celik. Dybala, still there for him. Kone, straight at the keeper. Just needed to place it either side. Kone just had to place it either side. Muric couldn't believe the ball ran his way. This was an excellent save, though, from the Sassuolo keeper to deny Pizzilli. Fingertips. Dybala's corner. Kadir is there. Advantage for Walukiewicz. Time and space for Celik. Still Zeki Celik. He might go for goal. Still Celik. Now Soule standing it up. Kone! There's the breakthrough at long last for Gasperini. And Manu Kone has started to add goals to his game. on target against Genoa, and he gets the all-important opener tonight against Sassuolo. It looked like the moment had gone that Celik had dawdled, but with a quarter of an hour remaining, the giallorossi do get their noses in front. Initial advantage for Sassuolo, Walukiewicz overran it, and then it was all about the poise of Celik before some quality from Soule, standing it up. There were so many queuing up, and in the end, Manu Kone between two defenders to guide it past Muric. A long-awaited goal comes in front of the Curva Sud, and Roma now surely on their way to their first back-to-back victory since November. And Ranieri enjoyed that, so too did Kone. Kone had a really poor record for Roma until recently. He'd only scored 2 goals for the club. He's now got 2 goals in his last 4 appearances. They were delighted to keep hold of him in the summer despite big interest from Inter, a Serie A rival. Roma now want a second. Soule, having got the assist, he probably wants to add his name to the score sheet. 1-0 wins, that's what Roma are all about this season under Gasperini, especially with so few options at centre forward. Celik. Ghilardi breaking forward, it's his cut back, and Soule makes it 2. They had to wait a while for the first, they've not been made to wait long for the second. And having teed up the first, Soule scores the second and surely seals the points. Ghilardi's getting plenty of praise for his role in the goal. And the top scorer adds another one to his tally. 7 across all competitions, half a dozen in Serie A now for the gifted Matti Soule. Ghilardi with the give and go with Celik. Then he just put it into an area. Great awareness from El Shaarawy to backheel it to Soule. Could have easily gone for goal himself. Realised Soule was better placed to do that. An unguarded net. El Shaarawy with the tiniest of flicks. And that for Soule, simple. Hermoso away, Pisilli, this is Romano, Dybala, what a ball that is. El Shaarawy determined to score this time. El Shaarawy, roof of the net. Lovely attempt, just lifting the ball beyond Muric. That was El Shaarawy rolling back the years with that surge of pace away from Walukiewicz. Just got a little too much purchase on the ball. Terrific second half display from Roma. They were quiet in the opening 45 minutes, but 2 goals in the space of 3 minutes. First from Kone, latterly from Soule, plus yet another clean sheet, mean that Roma make it back-to-back wins for the first time since November. They're up into 3rd, albeit having played 2 more matches than Napoli, but they do look like a team that can challenge for Champions League football. It ends at the Olimpico. Roma 2, Sassuolo 0.